Okay, good morning, friends. As many of you are aware, this week, Klal Yisrael lost a giant, a great light, the passing of Rabbi Berel Wein, Zecher Tzaddik Livracha. I would like to share with you today a thought from Rabbi Wein on Chodesh Elul, Haba Aleinu L'Taiva. You know, as time will pass, people will appreciate the enormity of the loss, that there really aren't too many people in our time like Rabbi Wein, who, as we mentioned, was just a clear thinker, Seichel Hayashar, straight shooter. A stepson of his sent me a memoir that he wrote, that when Rabbi Wein came to visit him, Rabbi Wein was offered to sit up front by the Mizrach Vant, and he declined. He preferred to sit with the people. And then somebody came into the shul with the full regalia, all the Shemaina Begadim, which Rabbi Wein eschewed. And during the davening, he was making all kinds of gesticulations and waving and wailing and shaking and swaying. And Rabbi Wein once commented about that type of approach, that he didn't go for it. He said it was not emblematic of modesty and humility, to put it mildly. In any event, if I could share with you a drasha Rabbi Wein once gave on Chodesh Elul and the Ramazim to Elul. It comes from a book of a friend of mine. The name of the book is Nostalgia for Eternity. It was compiled by my friend Rabbi Daniel Yaakov Glatstein. We know that there are many Ramazim to Elul. The most famous remez is Elul stands for Ani L'Doidi V'Doidi Li. And Rabbi Wein explained, Kedarkoi B'Kodesh, that Elul is not a Jewish word. Elul is the influence of the Babylonians. And Rabbi Wein went into a discourse of how even in the best of times, the Jewish people were always affected by the nations of the world that surrounded them. Even the names of the month, these are not the names of the month as they appear in Tanakh, these are the names of the month of the Babylonians and the Persians. But after we adopted it, so the Chachamim supplied significance and meaning to it, and the most well-known is Elul Ani L'Doidi V'Doidi Li, which the general theme and the basic theme of that is love. It's conveying that it's a month of love. Love to Hashem, love to other Jews, love for the Torah. You have people who wear a necklace that it says on the necklace in gold, Ani L'Doidi V'Doidi Li. It's a symbol of love. That an important part of restoring our relationship with Hashem is that we have a love for each other. When there's a love for each other, it says in Mishlei, Al Kol Pisham Techase Ahava. Love covers all. We could add, sometimes we might be afraid to approach Hashem. We might feel unworthy, undeserving. Maybe we're not welcome. But if you know someone loves you, you know they're willing to overlook your shortcomings. You know, in a relationship, except for obviously in my family, but nobody else is perfect, right? There is no perfect wife except for mine. There is no perfect husband. So how do relationships work? The answer is, there has to be ahava. Al kol peshayim techase ahava. So in order for one to be inspired and have the motivation and the desire to want to return to Hashem, one has to feel that Hashem loves them. And that's one of the basic messages of Elul. But there's another message of Elul. And it's a little bit of an unusual mnemonic. And nobody's making necklaces out of this pasuk. And this is the pasuk of V'Hashem ina liyadai v'samti lecha makai. Where Hashem brought this accident to your hand, He'll give you a place. Well, that's referring to if somebody committed an error and they made a mistake and they accidentally committed a very grave wrongdoing. They murdered someone accidentally, unintentionally. So Hashem says, if it came to your hand, v'samti lecha makayim asher yanos shama. I'm going to give you a place to run away to. This is not one of the popular ramazim to Elul. Nobody's making a necklace out of this pasuk. But this is an equally important dimension to Elul. This is what Rabbi Wein would call the counterbalance of Elul. Because love is wonderful, but love is also dangerous. The danger of too much love. The religion of love has taken more lives than for any other cause in human history. Love is dangerous. Love at the extreme is shoichad. A'ava mekalkelas as ashura. It corrupts one's perspective. So on the one hand, Elul is a month of love, but it has to be counterbalanced with ina liyadai v'samti lecha. That Hashem is saying, I'm going to give you a place to run to. And the question, where exactly is this place? Where is this place that Hashem has given us in reference to Chodesh Elul? We know what the pasuk is referring to, but what exactly is this idea that Hashem is going to give us a place? And the Chovos HaLevavos says that place is our own heart. Meaning, we need to examine our own heart. We need self-introspection, which is something that a lot of people are afraid of. Rabbi Wein would say the story or the anecdote how the phenomenon of what is called, late night programming. So back in the day, 30 years ago, late night programming was 10 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. And then people would continue to watch the programming. Television consumption is one of the greatest hobbies in American life. Children, even before they ever go to school, will have already consumed thousands of hours of watching television. And the late night programming would then extend until 11 p.m. And then it extended until 11:30. And then till midnight. And now until 2 a.m. So somebody will come home from work at 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, eat dinner, and then spend the rest of their evening glued to a screen. And the screen provides them no productive value. It's not making them healthier. It's not educating them. What it's doing is, it sure beats facing the challenges of life. Because there are a lot of challenges in life, and the best way to deal with them is not to think about them, to ignore them, and to make believe that they don't exist. But Hashem gives us a month of the year. That month is a month of Elul. And Elul, Hashem gives us a place, and that place is not on a screen. It's in your own heart, and it's a month of Cheshbon HaNefesh. It's a month of introspection. It's a month of self-examination, where we're not required to make a complete overhaul in one night. However, some level of examination are required. The early Kadmonim were called Marei de Cheshbonah, the masters of making a Cheshbon HaNefesh. Be it as it may, these are two elements of Elul which are somewhat counterbalances. On the one hand, we're revitalizing, rehabilitating our relationship with Hashem, that it's a relationship of love, and that Hashem can overlook our faults, and that Hashem wants to take us back, and that we could enjoy a very loving relationship with Hashem. But it has to be balanced by the responsibility of Ina liyadai v'samti lecha, which is the responsibility of introspecting in that special place, and that special place is within a person's own heart. So this was shmuz that Rabbi Wein gave on Chodesh Elul, Haba Aleinu L'Tova, and certainly Yehi Zichrei Baruch.
Recording stopped.